Now I want to show you how we use the crate, and the crate is actually used as a tool for training, and I'm going to show you our routine with the crate with Zoe. So to take her off the mat, and you don't have to do it this way, but in this case I'm taking her off the mat and putting her back in the crate, but you could take her off the mat and go outside or whatever you want to do, but just the way we're going to do it right now. Stand next to her, pat your leg and say, okay. Come have her sit in front of the crate. Good. Open the crate door, just like you'd be sending her anywhere. With your right hand, go in your crate. Oh boy, she loves to go in there. And she gets a reward. Good. Everything about coming and going out of the crate is super positive. Any interaction I have with her in the crate is positive. If I go in, when she runs in, she turns around and gets a reward. If I go in to take off her collar and stuff, I give her a treat, and then I take the stuff off. And I've taken off the prong collar and the choke chain. And you see how fast it is and how easy it is to do that before I close the door. Good. One more reward before I close the door. Good girl. And this is an extra large crate. I mean, this is actually a giant crate. This is a Great Dane size crate, but the right size for her actually is the extra large. It's one size below this, but you can use whatever size you want as long as there's enough room for her. So what I do is I hang the prong collar right here on the door so that it doesn't get tangled up and it just hangs there. And then you can put the leash and choke chain wherever you want, just up here or whatever. Let me turn around here. Just a quick thing about these collars. The choke chain is only used for safety when we're out in public. I never use a choke chain for training because this is very old-fashioned. If you're just using that for training, it's like that and it chokes the dog. All the pressure is, if this is underneath her neck, all the pressure is right there on her larynx and her throat, and it could be very damaging, so we never use it for training. It's always hanging loose. The leash is attached to this, but it's also attached to the prong collar, which is taking all the pressure from the leash. So this is just hanging loose. If this ever comes off for some reason, sometimes they come apart, or maybe you haven't noticed, you put it on wrong, then the choke chain comes into play and you don't lose the dog. That's why we use it. And it happens from time to time, and I've never lost a client's dog or any dog for years and years now because I'm always have the backup. So just always have that backup. And this prong collar, by the way, is, just in case you haven't used one before, is the smallest size that they make commercially, because obviously you see throughout the whole video there's no correcting, there's no jerking, popping, rough stuff, and it's because we have this prong collar that we can just do little gentle prompts, because this it may look scary to you, but this closes with the same pressure all the way around the neck, whereas like a regular collar would be right there, like the choke chain, or this closes with the same pressure on the back of the neck as the front. So this is completely safe as long as you use it the way we show you. If you don't, if you let her pull you around like that, or if you're correcting her all the time, that's not the right way to do it. So obviously this is metal, so you could damage her just like you could damage her with a lot of collars, but you want to use it the way we show you and you get great results, as you can see. So when I'm going to take her out of the crate, and by the way, her routine throughout the day is in and out, all day long. She may be in the crate for an hour and then out for half an hour. She might be in for 2 hours and out for 45 minutes. But it's going in and out of the crate is not associated to any one occurrence. We don't put her in the crate right before I leave. We never use the crate as punishment if we're not angry, of course. We don't correct them by throwing them in the crate. The crate is a happy place. That's their den. Dogs are naturally den animals, so it's easy for them to love a cozy place like this. That's why you want a solid plastic crate that's cozy, that's got solid walls, so she can have her little private place to hang out from time to time. The last thing you want is one of those wire cages, because it's like having being in a cage in a zoo. And also those are harder to handle anyway, so make sure you get a solid plastic crate. But like I showed you, all the interaction with her is super positive. Rewards whenever your hands go in there, rewards when she goes in, rewards when she waits to come out, which I'm about to show you. And sleeping overnight in the crate. She's been sleeping overnight in the crate and she does great. And it's just a great way, if you were to do this at your house, what we're showing you, you could really change the way she relates to you in your environment, because that's what we did here, and you see how much she's changed in this short period of time. And if you continue everything we do here, you're going to get the same results. Now, in saying that, I want to warn you that sometimes the dogs go back home and they want to do exactly what they used to do, and they want to test you to see if you're serious about really changing. They may cry in the crates, they may not want to go in. I'm going to help you with whatever may happen. But when they see that you are serious about doing what I did, they'll see you're doing exactly what we did here and that you're not going to give in, and they fall right into line and they'll be doing exactly what you see her doing with me on the video. It's like that every time. You just have to make sure that you change the way you handle her, do things my way now, and stick with it so she realizes we're not going back to the way things used to be. And that's what they're looking for. They're looking for clear, solid leadership, and you need to be firm, gentle, but firm. So I'm going to take her out of the crate. I've got this already attached to the collar, the leash attached to the collar. You're going to attach the leash to this funny looking buckle. Don't attach it to the round spacer. That's just a spacer. It's the funny looking buckle. Make sure that it's not twisted. If it's twisted like this, it's not going to work. So you could let it hang. Make sure it's like that, and then the leash is already attached to it, so she's very excited because we don't usually do this, of course, so she wants to come out, and all this talking and the camera person always get the dogs a little extra excited. No, she's not allowed to come out of here until you release her. So if she's trying to run out, you say no. Give this door little slams like that. See how she's waiting? When she waits, good, she gets her reward for waiting. And we make sure you're in control of this boundary. This is your boundary. You tell her when she goes in and out. Another way that she's seeing, hey, they've changed. Now there's leadership. Now it's different. Now I'm safe. Now I don't have to be insecure when they're handling me. This is another thing that makes her feel that way about you. So I'm going to reach in like this. I'm going to hook her up. Good. This prong collar always is the closest collar to her ears, right underneath there. And it should be lightly touching all the way around. Should not be too tight, and it should not be too loose, because if it's hanging off and you do those little prompts, it's going to stick her like that. So you want it just lightly touching all the way around, like it is now. And then if we're going to go back outside, like we're going to do right now, I'm going to put this choke chain on as well. And then I'm just going to attach the choke chain and the prong collar to the leash so that we're ready to go out on our walk. And she's waiting still. So she gets another reward. Good girl. Very good. Nope. If she comes out like that, I'm glad that you saw this. Go on. Go. Get back in there. Give her a little token slam like that. She knows she blew it. She's very jumpy and can be very reactive, as you well know. And you're still going to be working on this. But she knows she just lost control. She knows how to do it. When she makes mistakes, it's a great opportunity to make her better. She's probably not going to make that mistake ever again. It's the first time she's done it with me, actually. But see how she's waiting way back there now? And you always want to make sure that when she does it the right way, if you have to correct her, if you can call that a correction, you follow it up when she does it the right way with a nice reward. Good girl. Like, that's what we want. And then to let her out of the crate, pat your leg and you say, okay. And she comes out the right way. Now she's on the clock with you, so don't let her pull you around. Come back, close the crate door. And see how I did my little left turn again to go back there? I went left like this, turned into her, closed the door. Now we're going to go to the front door. I'm going to have her sit. I'm going to show you my little front door exercise. And what I do is she gets up. See how I step into her? Just put her back. What I do is I have her sit, and then I step out, and then she's got to wait until I come back next to her. See, I have this reward. Good. And then she walks through with me. You never call her to you. That's old-fashioned stuff that creates more anticipation because the dog's right on edge wondering when you're going to call. So you always have the dog wait for you to come back to get her. Okay. See how we're walking through very slowly? If she tries to pull you, just do your little prompts like that. Walk through. The exercise is going left, sit, and doing the same thing on the way in. And whether you're going for a walk or not, you want to do this at your front door. Hey, right here, good. To show her, okay, you're in control of this boundary now. She's not going to pull you in and out of the front door. You always want to start the walk like this when she's really calm. Sit. So do the stationing mat for 5 minutes, and then do the front door like this before you take her out, because if she hits the street, I'm going to close this so you don't have the light there. If she hits the street calm like this, she's going to be she's going to be way below the level of where she has an episode and can't control herself with another dog or whatever she's going after out there. So you always have to make her calm and then take her out when she's calm, and you'll have a lot easier time with her, handling her out there. And that's what we've done. So whether you do this exercise or not, when you're going to go on the walk, sometimes you need to just do this 2 times in, 2 times out, and then you're done, and then she's free in the backyard again. Nope. And sometimes you'll do this when you go on your walk. So it's not like every time you go through the front door, we're going to go for a walk now. Maybe it's not. Maybe you're just playing this fun game where she gets rewarded for waiting, and then you go back in the house and she's free somewhere else. So do this every day, at least once a day, because she's been pulling you through doorways, and that needs to stop. And it's really a huge thing. If you conquer that, make sure you're calm, she's not pulling, and we filmed it for you so you know she can do it. Now you have to practice doing what I'm doing so that you guys can do it together. So we are going to go for a walk. So I'm going to pat my leg and say, okay. See, loose leash, walking through the doorway, no pulling in front of you. And I'm pretending, okay, that I'm alone. So I'm going to do my little left turn here, grab the front door, and close the door.